Tonight on Q2, bracing for the cold.
As temperatures plummet, we'll look at safe havens around the Magic City.
Their car's not even running, so they can't even use it for warmth. They are literally using it as a shell to try to stay out of the cold, which breaks my heart, because no family should have to live like that.
Plus, protecting our pets.
The funny thing is, here at Zoo Montana, the reason we close on these extreme cold weather days, actually for the staff. The animals don't mind it. In fact, some of them prefer this really cold temperature.
From Zoo Montana to your pets, we showcase the extra special care animals will need.
And violent crime is not the only crime spiking in Billings.
It's there, one more expense right during the holidays. Worst time of year that could happen.
We'll break down the data surrounding Magic City vandalism.
The MTN News starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 10 o'clock news.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Andrea Lutz.
And I'm Russ Riesinger. If you've been outside today or tonight, then you know it is dangerously cold. First tonight, we're checking in on those living on the streets seeking shelter.
Yeah, and tonight our Kelsey Marison speaks with local businesses, organizations, and residents to find out what help is available in Billings.
These are extreme conditions we're battling this week. My watch right now tells me it's -2 degrees outside, which means any time spent on the street can be dangerous. That's why First Congregational Church is expecting a busy week at their new emergency shelter.
That'll be safe for us to shelter up to 31 people every night, all the way through April 30th.
And Carrie Boyder knows they might need every space. Boyder is the president of the Yellowstone County Continuum of Care and says this is the third winter they've set up an emergency overflow shelter. It's supposed to open Wednesday, but plenty is still needed.
We had a pretty large population before COVID, but both the health impacts and the economic impacts of COVID have really impacted people in ways that weren't expected. Their families, they're our grandparents, the elderly, they might be your child's classmate.
Their car's not even running, so they can't even use it for warmth. They are literally using it as a shell to try to stay out of the cold, which breaks my heart.
Caitlin Anton is looking for donations for a family with 3 children who are living out of a car. Gloves, coats, blankets, anything to help them stay warm.
If we could get them into a hotel room, that would be the kindest thing I could ever ask anyone. No one should be out in this kind of cold. It's too dangerous.
It's an all too familiar story. 58 women and more than 100 men stayed at the Montana Rescue Mission Monday night. Billings Clinic and St. Vincent hospitals are also seeing a rise in patients seeking treatment after being outside in the cold. Hospital spokespersons say they will never turn patients away. They can't keep them if treatment isn't necessary, but hospital social workers will try to find a bed for them somewhere. As options seem to hit their max capacity, volunteers are stressing the importance of lending a helping hand.
We have the opportunity not only to serve others and give to others, but it's our responsibility.
In Billings, Kelsey Marison, MTN News.
This severe cold wreaking havoc on the final days of school before break. Shepherd Schools announced this afternoon that they are canceling classes tomorrow and Thursday.
Meanwhile, Elysian School will have no bus service tomorrow and no school on Thursday. And once again, the Billings Public Schools say they'll make a decision tomorrow on the plan for Thursday.
They do warn with severe wind chills expected tomorrow that all students should dress for the conditions, and school doors will be open immediately upon arriving. They also say that if parents do keep their kids home tomorrow and Thursday, they won't be penalized as long as the school is notified.
Well, with the very latest on this frigid air, here's Chief Meteorologist Ed McIntosh.
What's getting my attention about this is the small scale details and then the very large scale details of the cold weather that we're getting. Check this out tonight. Nye sitting at 30 degrees. Go down 1,000 feet, you're a Zorky, it's 9 below right now. How about 25? No, 31 now in Cody. The temperature just went up, but you go down to 3,600 feet and Powell's only at 5 degrees, a difference of about 1,500 feet there. Now on the large scale, check out how big this system is. Here's the cold air. The purple shaded regions show where the chilliest temperatures are. That'll push down all the way down towards Texas as we start getting into Thursday when we get the real chill, and then the warm up follows.
This severe cold is a danger to many of us, but what about Montana's abundant wildlife? Today, Phil Van Pelt headed out to Zoo Montana to learn those answers and how they can bounce back after having to close the next few days.
Here at the zoo, precautions for the extreme cold seem to be taken mostly for the zookeepers themselves, as outside of one resident, all of the animals seem to really love the temperature change.
We follow the 45th parallel idea, meaning our animals come from on or above the 45th parallel around the world. What that's nice for is on days like today, when it's extremely cold outside, these animals can handle it.
Except maybe the turkey vulture, which is why he's nice and toasty under this heat lamp inside. The zoo and Holiday Lights exhibit will be closed through Thursday. It gives zookeepers an opportunity to finish their jobs at a faster rate, but closing isn't ideal when it comes to revenue.
Certainly closing our doors, we don't take lightly, just because obviously we're a business, and so obviously folks coming through the gates, that's how we pay our bills. And so we budget into our budget knowing that there's going to be a myriad of days throughout the year that we're going to close.
While many zoo animals enjoy the extreme temperature drops, some household pets face a very real danger.
We tell people to check their vehicle engines because cats will climb up there where it's warm and try to kind of hang out.
Shonda Fulkerson is a vet tech at Yellowstone Valley Animal Shelter and mentioned that while some dogs like Reuben the Bernese Mountain Dog love the sheer cold, many are at risk.
Those guys that have the short hair, they're going to get cold really fast. So we're talking like minutes. When it's this cold, the same time that your exposed skin could get frostbite, same goes for their paw pads, their nose, their ears.
And she mentioned if you have outdoor animals, make sure they have appropriate shelter to stay warm and safe. In Billings, Phil Van Pelt, MTN News.
Montana's ranchers will be busy tending to their livestock during this cold snap, and it might surprise you to hear that cows, sheep, and goats actually do better in the cold than you might think. Listen to the Montana State veterinarian had to say about it.
Again, waterers are really important. Sufficient nutrition, sufficient feed and hay is really important. And, oftentimes some kind of a shelter for them that they can voluntarily go in and out and get out of the cold is can be helpful, but not critical. Like I said, I think the wind shelter would be of greater importance.
And if you have backyard chickens, it's important to keep your coop dry and make sure there's enough room for the chickens to huddle so that they can stay warm.
A Lame Deer pastor pleaded not guilty today to charges of sexual abuse that allegedly occurred on the Northern Cheyenne Reservation. 66-year-old Dean Allen Smith is charged with 1 count of aggravated sexual abuse, 1 count of abusive sexual contact, and 3 counts of abusive sexual contact by force and of a child. According to the indictment, between 2017 and 2020, Smith engaged in either sexual acts or sexual contact by force with 4 females, including 3 girls under the age of 12. That case was investigated by the FBI, and if convicted, Smith faces a maximum of life in prison.
We know violent crime is on the rise in Billings, but now police say vandalism is spiking 25%. Our Charlie Kleps is tracking the data and hears from a family victimized by property damage just this weekend.
Imagine waking up and finding your mailbox flat on its side, completely destroyed. That was the reality for this Billings couple, and they aren't the only ones. Police stats show that vandalism like this is way up in 2022.
Almost looked like maybe a truck backed into it. Just a very odd spot for that to happen.
It wasn't the way the Christoffersons wanted to start off their Sunday.
It's there, one more expense right during the holidays, worst time of year that could happen.
The mailbox, knocked down by something, is standing up now, but they say it's disappointing to see another issue like this in their town.
It is sad. It's an inconvenience. You're just seeing more of this happening in Billings, and people are experiencing that loss, that headache.
And there are numbers that back up that claim. Billings police stats show vehicle vandalisms have gone up from 423 in 2021 to 487 this year. And the jump in residential vandalism is even higher, a 25% increase from 199 to 248. And there have been more attacks on schools as well.
It's a major problem. They see it no matter what neighborhood you're in. It's all over town, and it's a huge uptick. Seems like everywhere we go.
MTN has reported on other instances throughout the year. Broken car windows and fences are among the most notable. But in most of these situations, there isn't any video, and so no one gets in trouble, something that is very frustrating for families like the Christoffersons.
And I just feel like there's not a lot of repercussions for that. I mean, we can't catch them. Obviously, they're not going to repair and fix our mailbox. They didn't leave their information.
Neighborhoods need to watch for each other, and cameras are a huge thing. I mean, it helps out finding these people that are doing it.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
Parents are still dealing with a massive shortage of baby formula.
Yeah, Montana is one of those states where finding it has been especially hard.
And as our Haley Monaco finds out in tonight's Your Health Matters, the problem is even worse for babies with special needs.
It's been 8 months since we first told you about a baby formula shortage impacting mothers across the country. Nearly 7 months later, and some formulas are still hard to find, creating a real challenge for some mothers right here in Billings.
You talk to me? Oh, yeah.
As Brenda Segna cares for her 3-month-old foster child.
Oh, yeah. What else happened?
There's one major worry on her mind, a new challenge this experienced foster mom has never faced.
You know, I scared a little bit because there's no food.
Segna's foster child was born premature at just 3 pounds.
She's medically fragile. You can't just pick up something and put it in her body.
To top it off, she was recently put on a dairy-free formula, Nutramigen, making the hard-to-find now almost impossible.
Literally drove to every store in town that I could. That one was even harder to find than the NeoSure.
Kate Monger is the nutrition coordinator for the Women, Infants, and Children program at Riverstone Health and says specialty formulas like Nutramigen are crucial for some babies.
They do need a more specialized formula, such as a hypoallergenic one or one that's designed for the preterm babies.
And lately, those have been tough to find.
Sometimes that's the only option, and so the families are having a really, really difficult time.
This is what Segna's supply currently looks like from what she could find. $500 of formula, and this will only last 1 month.
It's heartbreaking. They don't have a choice. And there's nothing you can do. Like, she's too little for food.
And shelves all across Billings remain close to empty. Segna has an order out for more formula and has family sending her some from another city. She's looking anywhere she can for help.
I even went to the manufacturer's website to try to order it directly from them. They're sold out too.
A frightening feeling, Segna says, just trying to help someone unable to help themselves. In Billings, Haley Monaco, MTN News.
Still ahead on the MTN 10 o'clock news on Q2, joining the force, military recruitment is heading downward, but one group is stepping up. That story's coming up.
And a little later in sports, a former Montana basketball star is now roaming the sidelines for Huntley Project. We'll hear from the Lady Red Devils coming up in just a bit.
The MTN 10 o'clock news continues right after this.